It was a repugnant crime labelled the most infamous perpetrated by British minors since the abduction, torture, and murder of James Bulger. However, few may be aware of the appalling torment inflicted upon two young children by two brothers after the youngsters were enticed to a desolate wasteland. The brothers menaced the two young youngsters and became part of the brief yet alarming roster of juvenile offenders awarded perpetual anonymity. They were included on the list despite one being labelled a psychopath with minimal prospects for rehabilitation. The brothers were afforded legal lifelong anonymity due to the potential for serious risk of attack if their true names were disclosed. The harrowing assault commenced on April 4, 2009, when two brothers, aged 10 and 11, kidnapped and tormented two other young boys in Edlington. The brothers had directed the captives to a remote desolation near Doncaster, away from any witnesses to their abhorrent scheme for the lads. One youngster was compelled to disrobe and they were instructed to engage in a sexual act for 90 minutes, while a metal ring was employed to asphyxiate the other. An older boy had a washbasin dropped on his head, while a younger boy had a sharp stick forcibly inserted into his arm, accompanied by cigarettes being inserted into the wound. The victims were compelled to consume nettles, thereafter struck with stones and bricks, and then enveloped in a sheet that was ignited upon the emergence of surrounding sounds. The following day, the two brothers were apprehended and then charged 2 days later, April 7, with attempted murder and robbery concerning both injured youngsters. Upon their appearance at Sheffield Crown Judge, the judge was informed of their actions and seen segments of the torture that were recorded on a mobile device and presented as evidence. The pair pleaded guilty to causing grievous bodily harm with intent, to robbing one of the boys of a mobile phone and the other of cash, and to 2 counts of intentionally causing a child to engage in sexual activity, and to 1 additional charge of actual bodily harm relating to a previous incident involving another 11-year-old boy. A child protection expert, Eileen Vizard, who had been involved in the James Bulger case, had warned the sentencing judge that the younger brother was a very high risk to the community. She was very concerned that he was at risk of becoming a seriously disturbed psychopathic offender unless he was properly treated. Following Vizard's warning, the brothers were given indeterminate sentences on January 23, 20210, where the judge in the case, Mr. Justice Keith, ordered that under Section 39 of the Children and Young Persons Act 1933 they should not be named. In 2016, in fear of being attacked, the brothers were granted legal lifelong anonymity on grounds that they would be at serious risk of attack if their identities were found out. But the time in prison did not stop the youngest brother from committing another crime, as he was returned to prison immediately in August 2017 after being found in possession of a machete.